Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about, well, a relatively older news. 4 days old, actually, but only now. I've had the opportunity to address it because finally there is a break on stupidity. No, not a spider, so we're fine. Just now we had a break on stupidity, so now I can cover it. Yeah, this stupid today took a small break. Oh my! Even I got surprised. But we all know when there is a break like this, there's an accumulation of stupidity throughout the whole week eventually. Yes. It's kind of like when you're in the cold, dead winter. You need to take a dump. A very huge dump. And then you go to the toilet and you see that beautiful toilet rim. You're packed up with your winter clothes. And you look at it. And you know, you need to take a dump. The shit is coming out. It's in there. It's telling you, come on, sit. I need to go out. Like a happy little puppy who wants to go out, or a cat. But you know, it's going to be painful. So you prepare yourself. The toilet rim is going to be cold. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. Come on, you lower your pants off. You take it out. You lower it. Halfway in, the shit is, oh god, it's finally coming out. But your butt is there, halfway in. You're preparing mentally. Oh, it's going to hurt. You get to bump your butt. You're prepared. You know it's going to be painful. That cold toilet rim up your warm and cozy little butt from fresh out of your pants. And then you feel it right up your spine, up to the brain. I hate it. But you knew it was coming, but the pain is still the same. So the stupidity of the week is going to be like that. You know it's coming. You know it's there. You know it's rearing its head. But it's going to be painful nonetheless. Anyway, after I talked about that experience, let's go and deal with this, shall we? From Blaze, mother-daughter athlete duo appeared on Fox News to rail against inclusion of transgender women in women's sports. This could mean the end of women's sports. She is absolutely correct. Transgender women actually have a physical advantage over the normal women. They grew up as males, even if they transitioned during their teens and had hormonal blockers, which is a content for another video, which I have my opinions about hormone blockers, and the lack of research of its impact on people as they get older. Anyway, for instance, we have, as males, we have bigger bones, we have more structure on our bones to stick up that beautiful nerve, or no, not nerve, muscle, up in there. Extra muscles as well, bulkier muscle. Obviously, a transgender woman will then lose all the strength that they had as a male, not all of it, but most of it. That of the strength they had as a male because of the lack of the testosterone, but still they are going to still include all of that. Plus there's also the fact that the IOC, International Olympic Committee, says the nanomole per liter it's 10 for testosterone for transgender women. Meanwhile, for women it should not go beyond 3. So, now we have a problem here. Yes, we have a problem. It's nearly a saying, it's over 3 times more what a normal woman is allowed on a sports, on a league or a sports, on the International Olympic Committee has ruled that it's 3 times more for transgender women. So that's doping. Yes. It's doping. It's technically doping. In all intents and purposes, it's doping. And that gives a huge advantage, because not only do they have male skeletons, have better muscles or more muscles, they still have 3 times more testosterone than a normal woman that participates in those sports. So they will end up outperforming them considerably. Yeah, we can see this in multiple examples of transgender women winning easily against other women, other girls in sports. Some of the other consequences of this means that, for instance, women who were meant to win or go to the Olympics, fulfill their dreams, is now cut. Or where they are using the sports as a way to get scholarship to the college or something else, is now cut, done, gone. And that, my friends, is some of the impacts that this is going to cause. And then when the countries realize that they can actually use transgender women to get that beautiful political shit of getting gold medals, they're gonna start getting more and more transgender women into female sports. And then eventually Olympics or other international competitions, and then you have the complete and total destruction of female sports. And another example, the US team, soccer team, or football team, if you prefer, they ended up losing against the high school students in a friendly match. Yes, high school fucking students. Obviously, they had some more training than the usual neckbeard over the internet in relations to soccer or football. But still, you're pretty much getting paid millions, and you're supposed to go to world competitions and things like that, and you still lose to a bunch of high school male students. So you know, it's going to be a shit show. Either way, let's go. Athlete Cynthia Monteleone and her fellow athlete daughter Reese appeared on Friday's Tucker Carlson Tonight, where the two blasted the idea of including transgender women or biological born males in women's sports. In fiery remarks, the Monteleones said that trans weightlifter Laurel Hubbard, who will compete with New Zealand's female lifting team in July's Tokyo Games, should not be permitted to participate in the sports because of what they say are obvious advantages. Hubbard, 43, is the very first transgender woman to qualify for the Olympics and will compete in the super heavyweight 87 kilogram category. And another thing that you need to take care of on that regard, Hubbard is I think it's one of the oldest competitors in the Olympics, and it qualified because of all of those things, plus the pandemic. And it qualifies, and you get this. Alright. Cynthia, who formerly represented the United States at the international track and field competition in Spain, said that including Hubbard in the 2021 Olympics. Jesus Christ. Olympics is just another step in erasing women from competition, the Post-Millennial reported Friday night. Her daughter Reese, a high school sophomore track athlete in her own right, said that she lost out to a biological male competing in women's sports during her own experience at high school event. We are here to speak up to say it's happening, Cynthia said. It happened to me, it's happening to my daughter, and it's a very dangerous issue. Not only can it be physically dangerous for girls in some sports, but it's dangerous to the whole concept of women's sports. Basically, this means the end of women's sports if this keeps happening. Carlson interjected. If not the end of women, I think we are challenging the category itself. What is a woman and Well, it's whatever you say it is, I guess. And he has a point. It is whatever it is, I guess. Apparently now we need to qualify them as womb bearers or birth givers or something like that. It's utterly retarded. Cynthia, who is also a track coach, added that transgender women have distinctive advantages over biological born females and insisted that fairness in women's sports is invaluable. Exactly, which is why we have different sections of sports. Male sports, female sports. That's why. Over the advantages males have physically over females. But if you doubt me, name me one Olympic sports on whatever in which a female has had more points or has had a lower time or that has won considerably over a male athlete or that broke records that even shattered the male records. Come on, show me. You're gonna see why. Where was I? Cynthia is also track coach insisted, we know that science is even after, let me be clear, even after hormone treatments and gender reassignment surgery, male-bodied athletes will still have an advantage over female athletes. Exactly. Cynthia said, frankly, we don't need science to tell us that. It's common sense and instinct. And science too. She added, I feel badly for the girls I coach when they are psychologically distraught having to line up against a biological male in their race. I have compassion for all athletes, including these females who are being displaced. Me too. Hashtag me too. Reese told Fox News host that she has received support for speaking out against the inclusion of transgender women in traditionally female sports. Wholeheartedly agree. I've received mostly support from my fellow athletes and teammates, especially on my track team, she said, because girls like me have had to race against athletes. Other mainstream media might try to shut us up or tell us not to share our message. But I believe that I'm standing up for what I believe in, and I'm fighting for a fair play field in women's sports. Oh, another one that also came out was the Belgian weightlifter Anna van Bellingen, who also said the same thing about Hubbard. Like a bad joke. She actually is absolutely correct. Anyway, let's see. This week, NFL icon Brett Favre added that allowing Hubbard to compete on the women's team was nothing short of unfair. I agree too. It's a man competing as a woman, he insisted during a recent Bowling with Favre. Bowling? Podcast. That's unfair. It's not fair for the man, even if this person wants to be a woman or feels compelled. If you want to become the opposite sex, that's fine. I got no problem with it. But you can't compete against males cannot compete against females. I wholeheartedly agree as well. If you want to be a woman, go on, go for it. No problems, no objections from me. In fact, I even support it. Go on, do it. You have courage. Do it. But you will have problems if you are going to compete against actual females. Then I'll stand against it. Anyway, now from a quarterback, if it's a true female, I can't believe I'm saying that. I was competing in weightlifting and lost to this person. I'll be beside myself. You're right. No, there's advantages. We males, we evolved as hunters. We needed the physicality, the strength, the energy to hunt after our prey. Obviously, we were not the fastest animals out there in the prairie or on the plains or somewhere we went, but we were, in fact, good at heat management. Yeah. Meanwhile, the animals were tired, were breathing, trying to cool down. We were already cooled down. We were using a heat sink. A different type of heat sink. Call it water cooled, if you prefer. Because the other animals don't sweat, we do. So we used that advantage, and we ended up hunting them. When they were tired, resting, breathing, and cooling down, we went there and killed them. and hunted them. That's how we evolved. That's why males are physically stronger, better, faster than women. That's how it is. It's simple as that. Anyway, if you like this type of content, stay right here on youtube.com/Jester, or if you prefer, bitch.com/Jester, or minds.com/Jester for spicy and exclusive content. Oh, and I actually even forgot to check my BitChute if they finally synced it up. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great fucking night. And I'm afraid that I said a few things that is probably no on YouTube, but YouTube has such a complicated set of rules that I don't even know what is or isn't allowed. Either way, have a great fucking night.